Splatoon is an incredibly successful game franchise created by Nintendo. Upon the release of the first game in 2015, the game exploded in popularity. Splatoon 1 sold nearly 5 million copies across the world. The success of the games can be attributed to its appeal to casual players. For context, Splatoon is a third-person shooter where in the main game mode, Turf Wars, you are to spray as much ink as possible on the ground before time runs out. Unlike other shooter games, you're not actually killing other players, you're splatting them with ink, temporarily suspending their gameplay. If you get bored of Turf Wars, there are more difficult ranked game modes that increase the difficulty. The biggest difference between Splatoon and other shooter games is that Splatoon contains its own unique world and story. You are quite literally playing as an Inkling or Octoling in an alternate universe, or in simpler words, you're a squid person or octopus person thousands of years in the future. Splatoon has so much more to offer. Throughout all three games, there are pop stars that host newscasts and perform music for their fans. There are story modes where the player progresses through a variety of levels in order to reach some sort of goal. There are bands that produce music to be played in the lobbies and in battle. There are several unique clothing brands that you can buy from in order to dress up your character. Now that I've given a very simplified summary of the franchise, I'd like to dive into the fandom. Splatoon has a very large online presence. It is super easy to find Splatoon fan art, manga, fanfiction, merch, etc. I've been playing Splatoon for the past 7 months and have become very active within the community. I never expected myself to become so obsessed over a video game. I began to wonder, why? Why am I so obsessed with Splatoon? What aspects of the game hooked me? In order to fully answer these questions, I believe it's necessary to analyze Splatoon's audience. I argue that Splatoon's franchise is interconnected with its queer and neurodiverse communities due to Splatoon's elements of casual play, escapism, and ability to roleplay as one's ideal self, as well as world building and providing a story that can sink players deep into the franchise. Throughout the past few months, I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of queer representation in Splatoon. In the lobby, or in more accurate terms, the city, other people's characters can be seen with messages floating above their heads. I've noticed that there are a lot of positive LGBTQ+ related messages. Even outside of these posts, it is very easy to find queer representation in fan work. Fans have enjoyed shipping main characters together for a long time, such as Pearl and Marina. I've also noticed on social media platforms such as Reddit that a lot of neurodiverse people, especially autistic people, really enjoy this game. Many have cited the story modes and the sheer amount of lore revealed in them, mostly relating to the Splatoon world and how exactly it began. As someone who resonates with these communities, this information really piqued my curiosity. Analyzing aspects of the game that I've discussed can help reveal autistic and queer gamers' motivations to play video games in the first place. If we as gamers can better understand these motivations, we can better support queer and autistic communities as a whole. Understanding Splatoon is just the beginning.